I'm bringing out English translations of what is in the Quran about how to treat unbelievers, how to treat infidels. I mean, how can people, listen, how can people say that there is no violence, that these people that are committing violence against people are not real Muslims? How did Usman Danfodio conquer northern Nigeria? How did he conquer northern Nigeria? How did Usman Danfodio, when he came, people were already Muslims. He was still angry that they were not Muslims enough. He was angry that they were not Muslims enough, and waged war, murdering millions of people for no reason other than not accepting Islam. But these same people who have taken lands by blood just because the people there refuse, where you refuse, they come with war. So how can that be a religion of peace? If I refuse your religion and you come and subdue me because I refuse by violence and war in a land that is not your own, is this Usman Danfodio's father's land? This is Africa. The people of northern Nigeria, the Hausa tribes of northern Nigeria, said they want to keep the only people he could not conquer was the Borno people, because the Borno Empire was well organized. They resisted him, they beat him up. That's why till today there's still a Shehu of Borno, not an Emir. And that's why Boko Haram is there, number one place. They are not in Sokoto, destroying Sokoto. They are in Borno, continuing their imperialist mission to subdue that place and put an Emir. What is anybody telling me here? Religion of peace? Okay. So now, let me look into the Quran, in English translation, because I'm sorry, I don't have Arabic translation. I have never, really, the way I read English Bible and claim to officially talk to anybody about it, I don't do that with, because, you have to learn Arabic, and I don't want to learn that. But they are English translations. So let me read from the Quran, how, Allah thinks infidels should be treated peacefully. Let's see this peaceful treatment, And I'm coming to, after the Quran, we will not discuss the hadiths, because many of you that listen to these liars, these moderate liars, that they call themselves moderate Islamists, that do nothing but secretly happy that their religion is winning. In their mind, they're happy. Don't deal with and talk to Muhammad anyhow. You don't have to say, no. We don't believe in this killing. Anyway, you guys calm down. We'll discuss the hadith. Let people come and talk to us about the hadiths. Because you see, the hadiths are the stories, the tales, the acts, the actions of the Prophet himself, by the people closest to him. So apart from the Quran, when people interpret the Quran, they use the hadith. That's how they are able to interpret the Quran, by seeing what Muhammad did in that same situation, what he said to his people about that passage. So they have the corresponding text. You understand? These are the doctrines. Let me say it this way. These are maybe like the doctrines, like the Gospels of Muhammad. Exactly. The Gospels. Like way is the Gospels that make the Old Testament the Bible. The Gospels of Jesus and the New Testament makes the Torah the Bible. So this is how the hadith, is the Gospels of Muhammad. What he did, what he said. So it is in this hadith that people can see what the Prophet said about people, how he acted. You understand? Anyway, quickly, let me give you some of the sayings in this hadith. In the hadith, it says, jihad is your duty under any ruler, be he godly or wicked. A single endeavor of fighting in Allah's cause in the forenoon or in the afternoon is better than the world and whatever is in it. A day and night fighting on the frontier is better than a month of fasting and prayer. Nobody and finds good from Allah in the hereafter would wish to come back to this world, even if you are given the whole world and whatever is in it, except the martyr, who, on seeing the superiority of martyrdom, would like to come back to the world again in Allah's cause. He who dies without having taken part in a campaign dies in a kind of unbelief. Paradise is in the shadow of swords. Are you listening to me like this? They say without having taken part in a campaign, that unbelief. When you see these boys jubilating at the killed, for them that is a campaign. They have fought for Allah. They are now full Muslims. I'll still read from the Quran itself. I'll still read from the Quran itself. No, don't get me twisted. You know, when you are hearing jihad, all these things, all these extremists blowing, it is not the poor Muslims that are arranging it and planning it and funding it. No, it is the rich Muslims that will come out and tell you that they are moderate. They are the ones behind teaching. These scholars, go and listen to them. So many violent scholars in the north spewing hateful rhetoric in the mosque. Nobody stops them. Telling people that they must die for Allah if anybody. Did you hear what the cleric said yesterday? The cleric, go and look at this young stupid one that said he only had 83 million. Who donated 83 million for that one to do presidential campaign? He said insulting the prophet is the red line. This is somebody that wanted to rule Nigeria. He said they have red line. So you understand this red line word. This is a presidential aspirant. It is how they have been taught by these brains, these scholars that they all look up to.